All right, my love.
Hello, 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 hello,
Hello.
hello, hello,
Hello.
hello.
I'm so honored. I'm going to let you introduce yourself, where you're from, a little bit of whatever background you want to share on yourself and where
Okay.
people can find you before we get into it. But I will quickly just share that Ashley is such an incredible soul.
Gosh.
I I just really I love and admire you so much.
I'm learning how to receive that.
I'm just gonna. we were trying not to cry a few minutes ago, so I'll leave it at that. But y'all need to follow this woman. She is such an incredible light. She has such a contagious, like, smile, laughter, energy, and so wise
Thank
and
you.
strong and yet soft and beautiful. All the things.
Oh my
all
God,
the things.
all the things.
All the things.
Well, I guess online you guys would know me as Ashley Tamarra. I like to go by Ash now. I've embraced that. It's my little nickname that everybody just calls me. But I run a blog, YouTube, social media brand called Bougie. And it has nothing to do with food. But you have to kind of follow. I'm not going to do that today, but it's basically, in a nutshell, it's me mastering life with the vision of art in mind. And I just kind of felt like I have been trying to search what I really want to represent, because when people hear eat, it's like, oh, it's food. No, it has nothing to do with food. Like, I just eat at whatever I do, whether it's fashion, life, motivational, business, just being an overall person. I eat. That's what the kids say. She eat down. That's kind of where that came from.
I love that.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
That's a lot of people don't. So my goal this season is to let people know that's what Eating Bougie is all about. But offline, I'm Ashley. I'm a mother. I'm a daughter. I'm an aunt. I'm a friend. You know, I'm an entrepreneur. I've been in business for myself now for 9 years. Wow, it's been 9 years. I haven't, I've run a business. As of late, I have found that business no longer connects with my passion. So Eating Bougie is me showing up for myself with my creativity and really fusing my real life with the online life a little bit more.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm just me. I don't know.
I love it.
I don't know. So me and you actually met. When was that? Back in October, September.
You know what? I should have looked up when we met. But yeah, it was probably around that time, I think.
Yeah, I just into the content, wanting to interact and meet new people outside of who I normally hang out with. I went to the Jax Creators meetup and we met there, and it's like we just been like cool ever since. I don't feel like we connect as much as we should, but the connection is always really genuine. So we just met because I got out of my comfort zone and did something I normally don't do, which is go and be with strangers.
That's actually where I thrive.
Yeah, I'm
like, go me.
Like, make sure y'all zoom in on this one.
Yes, and we met. We'll have to like post the picture if you took any videos that night.
I did.
When we met, because there's my other friend Ashley, our other friend Ashley, who goes by Took. Yeah. And so we're like, oh, both y'all, both the Ashleys, and so yeah, it was a good night, and we just immediately headed off and was like, yeah, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, it was just like really a natural, fun connection. I think, we kind of vibe on a spiritual vibe, but at the same time, like, we just respect each other's space, and it just I love it.
Yes.
So here we are.
Yes. All right. So
okay. Oh wait, you asked me where I was from. Originally, I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I moved to Jacksonville when I was a young child. My mom and my stepdad, he was in the military and we were stationed here. So we moved to Jacksonville because I was a Navy brat, to say the least. They ended up splitting, had a divorce, and my mom did not want to raise her babies in Detroit. Detroit is Detroit. It's not the best place. So we just kind of stayed here. So I always say I was born in Detroit, but refined in Florida. So there we are.
I like that. I like that. So I believe that love looks like something tangible, right? So what is the most powerful act of love that you've ever witnessed, and how did it impact you to love more deeply or differently?
I want to give you two examples. The
Girl.
first one is when I was younger,
Mhm.
and the one more recently.
Okay.
So the first one, when I was younger, the example that I had was my grandmother.
Mhm.
At the time, she was the matriarch of the family.
Mhm.
My grandma was that girl.
Mhm.
You know how you, in your lifetime, you probably only meet a certain kind of person 1 or 2 times in your life.
Mhm.
I've met that person 3 times now, aside from myself, because I know I'm a little unicorn.
Mhm.
My grandma was definitely one of those. Her mother was one of those, and my cousin. Those 3 women are so unique and how they just receive the world and who they are. It's just crazy. So I'm like, is it like a bloodline thing?
Yeah.
You know, just interesting people. But my grandmother, she was just one-on-one. One-on-one lady. She was never the touchy-feely, huggy kind of lover, but you felt it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's so weird. I know that she loved me. She has transitioned. It's been almost 7 years ago. She has transitioned, but she never, it was just so weird. And maybe that was in her upbringing, but it was never a, I love you.
Yeah.
I love you. But she paid attention to me. She listened to what I wanted. She made things happen for me that she just always went above and beyond. Again, she was the matriarch. So there was a certain point in my mom was a young mom. And there was a certain point where she couldn't handle it. I don't know. I know it wasn't like drugs, but life was lifing. Yeah. And when you're a kid, you don't get it. Yeah. You're just a kid. But at one point, my grandmother was like, give me my grandbabies, me and my sister, send them to Detroit with me, and I got you. Yeah. I got them. Just get your shit together. Yeah. But I didn't know that's what was happening. I'm just like, I live with my grandma. But I remember some of the best days of my life was with her. She plays a big role in how I am about fashion. She always nurtured that in me. I can remember we were really big into church. Like we all are, you know. And I remember some kind of way.
I know. Girl.
She always just nurtured the creative part of me and just the girly feminine side of me. And I just felt that love. You get what I mean? I remember we always would have this big event at church, and I remember she hired a seamstress and made a dress for me. Had the dress made, and I'm probably like 6. But I remember that it was so gaudy and crazy, but she knew that that's what I loved. And it's just stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But that, even though she never was the hug and rub your back, she just knew how to make people feel that by how she took care of us.
Yeah.
The good thing about it is that's how I transition into loving even my own children. Now it's a lot different. I am the touchy-feely, huggy mom because I didn't have that growing up. But it just taught me to be the strong woman for my kids and people who I love, and just actually invest in what they love. Be a part, just nurture them in any kind of way. So that was definitely one of my first, that I remember expressions of love was definitely through her. Even up until the day that she passed, my daughter Phoenix it was just before she turned 1, and she was sick, and she knew I had just started my business, and I was kind of having issues with childcare. She was sick. It was like, bring that baby to me. I got her. And she could not take care of her because she was so sick. But my granddad, helped. But even there, she just showed me, I'm here for you. I love you. I support you. Up until the day she died. So I just always remember that. And I take that with me, and just being a strong woman for the people that I love, showing up. She always showed up for me. She always showed up for my mom, my aunt, my granddad, anybody who she interacted with, she showed up for them. And that's what love meant to me. Okay. So fast forward, she passed. Someone's got to do it now. My mom became the matriarch of our family now. So she has beautifully, I really hope she sees this. She has beautifully taken over my grandmother's position. So now I saw it again, especially at this part of my journey, which we're not going to get into, but I've been on a hell of a ride, girl. My mom showed up for me. And she's not the touchy-feely, huggy, lovey kind either. She's getting better. We try. It's kind of like, I love you. Like, hug, but that's just not how we love. but she has transitioned into being the matriarch of our family. Her dad, my granddad, he's dealing with some things. She showed up and she's just been so strong for all of us, even with my son. So she's showing me the example of not just unconditional love, but what love feels like not just what it says. She is showing me love through her actions. So that's two very important women in my life.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting, when we were younger, she was not that woman. Again, she was going through stuff. My grandma recognized that and didn't shun her, didn't say, your mama ain't shit, come on. We never knew my mom was going through it. Now I'm grown, I get it. Yeah. But at that time, it was just like, okay, we living with grandma.
Yeah.
But she's transitioned into this beautiful woman, and now she's become the head of our family and doing it wonderfully.
I love that.
Like, we know she loves us.
Yeah.
We love her. We know that.
Yeah.
Even though we don't, again, it's like, love you. And I don't know, maybe that's the, everybody still have a level of dysfunction. But then, sometimes I have a big thing. It's not what you say, it's what you do.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it sounds like to you, love looked like, or the greatest ways that love showed up for you was presence, was really paying attention to, investing in and supporting your dreams
100%.
Throughout your whole life.
100%. And I find myself expressing love to people. I'm always going to be that friend that's in your corner rooting like, oh, you can do that. Just do that. And I'm going to be here doing this with you because it's love. Like, this is something you're passionate about. How can I help?
Yeah.
A lot of people know that about me. I'm going to say, how can I help you?
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So that's kind of transition into how I show love too. Just how I was taught. Yeah. Be there for the people you care about. Invest in them. Listen. So listen. Be more of a listener and just show up.
Yeah. That is something I've noticed about you. It's one of the many things that I love about you. I watched your interview with, was it Deja?
Oh, yeah.
And it was so interesting. You asked her, like, how can I help you? And it was so interesting to hear her. And I think it's a very normal thing for her to be like,
because people aren't
like,
used
thank
to
you.
that.
Like, I don't even know. Because like nobody ever asked me. Like, I'm, she was basically saying, I support other people, but I'm not used to people helping me out. Like, I don't even know, and I love that you did that. And I love that you even kept that in the interview, because I thought it was such a real response.
But I'm really here to show people that I really believe in this.
Yeah.
I give my time if it's something I really believe in, but that's just my way of showing love to just humans, not even people who, it could be a stranger on the street.
That is, yep. I've definitely noticed that with you. Yeah. You're very present when you're with people, and it's very much like this moment really matters.
Yeah.
So in hearing all that about your grandmother and your mom, it makes so much sense, because it's like that's how you felt love the most, is just when people are present, they're there.
Yeah.
And they're supporting your dreams, because I definitely feel like when you have so much going on, but when you're with people, you're with people.
Yeah.
And I really love and appreciate that about you, because that is that's rare.
Yeah. So. I even do that with my children. Someone told me, and it's like, I have two. I do have an older son, he's 22, and I have a 7-year-old. The best part about them having such a huge age gap is because I was on the brink of turning 17. Me and him grew up together. Phoenix got me as a grown up. So she has a completely different mom, and for him, it was always, I provide for you. We're having these great experiences, but I wasn't always present. You understand what I'm saying? So now I can see the difference in the child. I'm very present with Phoenix. I'm very much that mom that's going to cut off the phone and tell people, hey, I've had people call me about business. Hey, I promised her we're having a girls' night. The phone is going off. But I know what that will do for someone, just having that person to listen to them.
Yeah.
Just even if it's just sitting, just quiet. I'm a very present mother now. Very present. Yeah.
I know.
She drives me fucking crazy, but I'm there.
She's so cute. I love her.
Girl, come save me. I don't know who needs to save me or her. Like, help. somebody. I'm over here struggling right now. Help me.
Oh my God.
So even with her, so now she gets like the updated version. She gets the touchy feely, kissy, huggy, and the support.
Yeah.
So it just kind of made me be that person just naturally. That's who I am. But with my kids, I'm so affectionate. Like I just hug her and kiss on her and just. So now she's feeling it, seeing it, and experiencing it all in one.
Yeah.
So that's.
What is the most meaningful way that you've shown love, and what do you hope that others can learn from your experience?
I think the most meaningful way is just working on myself, just to be a good person every day.
Yeah.
Just be better than I was yesterday. And through that, I can express it to the world, to even strangers, just being a light.
Yes. Yeah. Do you have any examples of what that tangibly has looked like maybe recently?
I don't know. I'm just, that's a good question. Like, what have I touched? Because tangible is to touch or to feel, to be able to. I mentioned that I have a younger sister, and I'm an aunt. So she has, he's about to be 13 next month. Matter of fact, the same day my grandma transitioned is his birthday. Crazy, right? So he's 12, and I guess being a boy mom first, I see certain things, you notice they get withdrawn. You just notice things that are kind of like red flags. I'm just going to say that for the sake of this video.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing certain things. So just randomly, I text him, hey, nephew, I love you. How can Auntie be here for you? And I said, you know what? I'm going to just start bringing you with me. So I just went and picked him up and just got him on a weeknight. We went to an event, and it wasn't like the most fun event for him, but it was the point. I literally grabbed him up, and I'm asking him, what are you interested in? What do you like to do? So we actually have a date planned. I'm in the process of, we haven't confirmed it yet, but I was like, well, do you have friends? Because they never go in there. He's always in the house on the damn game. And I'm like, well, what do you like to do? And he was like, well, I don't know. And I said, well, let's start doing stuff so you can figure out who you are. And I literally sent him like 3 different spaces. So we're supposed to go on a bowling date with me and 2 of his friends. Like, Lord help me, 2 little pre-teenage boys. But that's the most recent that I can literally think of. It's just, again, showing up for him.
Yes, absolutely.
Taking interest. And it's not any fault of my sister or any of that. But sometimes when you've been through certain things, you can just see where you're needed. And it's like, I'm going to show you, TT Ashley loves you. And I want to invest in what you want to do. Just us, not your brother. So now I have this thing. I pick up the little one and we do kid-friendly things. And I pick up the older one. And me and him do things that are like more teenage friendly. So that's one way I can think of just tangibly showing love.
I think that's such a wonderful example, because it's like seeing a need, and it's giving yourself, it's your time, it's your presence, it's a support, right? That you're like, I know this support is needed right now. And
for sure.
So that's a wonderful example. Thank you. In what way can you grow in your ability to love more?
Ooh, literally what we talked about before. Just exploring myself more, getting more in tune with who I am as a person, overcoming certain traumas, certain things that are packed away. I think the more soul cleansing and spiritual cleansing and just self-cleansing, I can be even more of a beacon to everyone else. So I think that loving the world and other people, it starts with self-love. So I know that there are a lot of areas that I can improve in just on a personal level. And I think conquering those, working through that trauma, I think that's going to help me just accelerate even more. Because I mean, if we're already here, my gosh, imagine me healed fully. Yeah.
I'm excited to see that Ash, because I love this Ash. So fully healed Ash is going to be unstoppable.
Yeah, it's been a lot of self-healing, because that's the thing too, where you could just go into self, but it's just time to just really tackle stuff, because again, we pack things away and you think you're fine until someone says something and you're like, bitch, like, why am I so triggered? You get triggered. I had a situation, I'm not gonna go into super detail, but I had a situation with someone I really care about, and they treated me in a way that was just not okay. And it really bothered me because it's someone I really care about, and it triggered me. But what it made me realize was the way that they responded to me and treated me was that of a past relationship that was abusive. And this person who I was with handled me and treated me a certain way. And the way that person treated me, I think it triggered how she reacted. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's when I knew, first of all, I'm aware of it. Yeah. It didn't just like upset me, but it triggered me in a way to where now it's like, okay, that was something. But that's why I want to do the therapy. Yeah. It's going to be in the book one day.
Okay. Oh, I can't wait for that book.
Oh God, it's gonna be I don't know. We might write that book, but I'm about to get up out of here because it's a lot. No, I'm joking.
Side note, have you started writing? Like I started as like crazy whim. I started writing my autobiography last year.
Oh, no way.
It is. You talk about therapy and healing, it's wildly therapeutic.
Maybe I should.
So like even just starting with, and I hashed it out a little bit more when I shared my story the other week. It's really therapeutic because when you just go from womb to tomb.
Like where do you start? Oh my gosh.
If you will. Like, and you just kind of start to really share. If you share it in a way, because I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to write this out as if no one's ever going to see it.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna be completely honest.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I want you to keep this
therapeutic.
Part. I really am in a space, Lauren, where I need to be surrounded by love too. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Not just give it, but you have to be in a space where you are surrounded by people that exude that love back into you. So I just prayed about it this morning. I can't even make this up. So it's so full circle. I literally just, went to God and said, you know what? Please remove the feeling of irritation, frustration, aggravation from people that are not on the same frequency of me that I feel, or they don't understand parts of my journey. Instead of being mad at that person or irritated, or why aren't you going to get the help? Why are you this way? Have compassion, love, and understanding and patience. Yeah. That's literally what I've been working on, because I find myself being really irritated with situations like that, because not even irritated, more so hurt. Yeah. Because what did I do to you? But you realize it's not you, it's really them. So it's really to answer the question, what was the question one more time? We done went so.
How can you commit to growing in love more?
Just that. Learning what it means to really just love myself and to appreciate who I am and to surround myself with that, because the more it's just like love is just like a big snowball. The more it is, it's just like energy. It builds up and it builds up. Yeah. So you have to intentionally place yourself around love to be loved. Yeah. That's my answer.
Is there anything that you can, and I think you kind of did touch on this with like, maybe therapy, is there, for example, like outwardly the way that, for me, that looks like working on being less judgmental towards church people. Maybe we should keep that in.
Yeah, no, keep it right on there. That's a good one. Oh gosh. But that's exactly what I'm saying. Someone who's not on but that is just a sign that you're irritated and frustrated with someone who's not in the place of your journey. It's the same thing. Yeah. Honestly, love overpowers everything. It really does. Yeah. People think that love is just romantic, but love is just every day. You can love a stranger walking down the street. That don't mean you have a romantic connection, but just love for another human being. But even what you're saying, being irritated with the Christian people, that's exactly what I'm praying to stop being, and let people and respect people. That is love too, knowing when to respect someone else's journey and just understand we're all here experiencing this life the best way we know how. We're all spirits here, right? Experiencing life through our own two eyes, and every lesson, person you come across, that is truly a part of your experience.
All right, babe. We'll wrap this up, but
This is so good.
I am trying to start a love movement.
Yes.
Will you join me?
I'm here.
Yes. I figured, but you know.
Wait, how can I help?
Girl, this is it. Just do the work you need to do.
Yeah.
On yourself. That's all you can help.
Yeah. That's the goal.
Go through the healing, and that is all I want for you.
Thank you. The same. I wish you nothing but love. Like, I can feel the love here. I can feel.
Even though I'm shivering.
I know, right? It's cold out here, y'all. Like, I can legit feel that this is what you're passionate about, and I'm just happy that you went into yourself and you knew the name wasn't working. This is a much better name. Thank you for having me be the first person with the new thing. Like, you know, and however I can help, I'm here. But I'm just happy that I can be a part of this. I'm honored that you thought this much of me. And to even tell me, you know, a lot of people never hear what you just said to me. And that really does mean a lot. That's just what I'm here for. But it's just, if I can go through this world knowing I touched and helped somebody, it's all worth it.
I love you.
Love you. Come get some more.